Metro got that fire, boy.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Off the Post NHL podcast. I'm TJ, that's Mitch, and that's Jeff. And today we're getting into some more preseason action. We're just all itching for the regular season to get going. You know, we're all, wanting to just watch some games with our full squads assembled. But while we await that, how did the boys feel about the recent games that your teams had?
I don't know. Do you want to touch on this first, Jeff, or do you want me to go full force?
Well, I got to admit, I'm a little bit sad today after that result, but it's okay. It's preseason. Like I've said, I've maintained the same energy about it. It's preseason. The boys are just out there to have some fun, play around, right? It's just, it doesn't mean anything. It's just like pond hockey. It's just warming the guys up. I'm feeling okay still. There's some other things I'm not feeling okay with about the team, but maybe we'll discuss that in a little. Yeah, Mitch, I don't know how you felt. I'm sure you felt a little bit better than I did.
Jeff, get that nonsense out of here. Plan the parade, boys. The Toronto Marlies beat the Ottawa Senators 6-3. We own y'all. Nick Robertson, better than Stutzel. Forsberg's a bum. Marlies looking good, boys. Marlies looking good. Nick, honestly, all jokes aside, though, obviously it's just preseason. I was hyped for the Marlies, but Robertson looks outstanding. This could be the year that he actually makes the team. Like, his shot is looking dangerous. But yeah, like every depth player chipped in. I don't know if you saw Simmons going at it with Watson, I think is his name.
Yeah, Austin Watson.
Yeah, because they're all getting chippy. I didn't really like the play where Simmons, I don't know if you saw it, where he just like lined up Shabbat. I guess he was just
that was a little questionable.
But like there were some other hits like earlier in the game, but like I don't know. I didn't really love the fact that he was going after stars, but at the same point, he doesn't have a lock on this team. He's still trying to make it. I guess get the Senators like riled up, try to get them emotional. But honestly, I kind of think it almost played against him. I think the Senators kind of fed off that, even though Simmons won the fight. After that is when the Senators started like putting on some pressure and started coming back. But in the third period, the Marlies kind of took over, boys.
It was a very sad thing to watch, I'm sure, if you were a Senators fan, just to, have to see the boys go down against, basically the entire AHL roster of last season. But I mean, it's preseason, so like we said, it doesn't really mean much, but it's just these are the storylines that we get out of preseason. These are the fun things that we get to look at, talk about, and just kind of poke fun at each other with. But as for my teams, I mean, the Caps won. I believe they beat Detroit a couple days ago, 2-1. Kemper looked really good. I mean, besides that, the Cowboys took a massive dub against the Washington Commanders. Cooper Rush, he keeps getting it done. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. You gotta listen for more Coop talk on the Cheeseboys NFL podcast if you check out the rest of the shows on our channel. And then other than that, I mean, if you will watch the last episode, if not, go back, listen to Around the End. I believe me and Jeffrey made a bet on some Bobby Margaritas, and I am sad to report that the Tottenham Hotspurs did not indeed beat Arsenal. Arsenal won 3-1, and unfortunately, I also wasn't able to watch the game. I was at work, as I let my listeners and Jeffrey and Mitchell know on the pod, and yet he still decided to spoil the game for me. So I didn't even watch that garbage. I don't care what happened. Gabriel Jesus is still overrated. And yeah, Jeff, what's your thoughts?
I'm loving it. I feel good. I feel great, actually. No, good is a very, that's an understatement. I feel great. I'm hyped. I'm getting a pack of Bobby Margaritas. Arsenal's top of the table. I mean, there's not many other things I could ask for in life. I mean, I'm feeling good. That was a great game. I'm very happy. I mean, usually it's weird because usually when Arsenal, when we play you guys, we perform really poorly
because
at
you're
the
normally
Tottenham
shit and you're
at the
good this year.
Tottenham Stadium.
Makes no sense.
But then when you guys come play us, well, even last season or like last few seasons when we haven't even been at like Champions League, even Europa League level, every time you guys come to play us at home, we slaughter you guys. But every time we
Well,
go to play you guys at home, we just get slaughtered. And
it's
it's
that
just there's
rivalry.
no
It's built in.
exactly. And but I do have to admit, I mean, being an Arsenal fan, it's been a while, and it is nice to see that they've been winning. And I mean, they've kind of done what I would say like the Leafs have kind of done is they sort of reset a couple seasons ago, and they were like, look, we're gonna go back, we're gonna try and rebuild, we're gonna retool the organization. Obviously they don't have a draft in soccer, so they completely rebuilt that team from the ground up.
Football.
Now I'm happy. Sorry, football for
Footy, so
for
we
all
don't
the,
offend
I-
anybody. But
yeah.
I just want to say this. Like, I really do hope that, much like the Ottawa Senators, like Fulham FC comes in, basically the equivalent, Mitchell, of a Premier League Marlies. I hope
Yeah.
they come in, they beat Arsenal, and much like Ottawa, segue, your goalie, misses some time. Cam Talbot is out for 5 to 7 weeks, if you haven't heard. And if there's anything to come out of these preseason games, that's kind of one of the biggest news points. I believe it's 5 to 7 weeks with upper body. I'm not sure if they specified, but Jeff, how do you feel about that one? Your all-star goes down early.
Yeah, that's our all-star. That's my man, Cam Talbot. It's sad. I think specifically because we had such a great off season and we had all this momentum building for us. These new players, our young guys have got another year of experience. So really, it was supposed to be a great season. I mean, depends on how you look at it now. It's a long time. You can survive. Hopefully Forsberg is going to be good enough to hold us out, because it's not going to be easy. It's certainly not going to be easy because we don't truly have like a number one goaltender at the moment. So losing him hurts, but hopefully our defense can shore up the back end for us, and we'll be all right. It's not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be a little nervous if I was Sens fans because I feel like they just have like a really good tandem. Neither of them are like clear number ones, but I feel like they will be able to pull through it. You were right, TJ, wasn't specified. It's just an upper body is what they said. So I don't know. Who knows how severe it could be. So it is worrisome, but I feel like the Senators will be all right.
And I just kind of like, Jeff, you kind of mentioned it in a way. You said you think they can survive. So do you think that Forsberg can keep you guys afloat enough to the point where by the time he comes back, you're not, it's only a month into the season, but you don't want to start off, with a terrible record to start the year, first 10, 15 games, you're just really in a hole. So do you think Forsberg can keep you guys at least like around 500 type thing?
I mean, certainly I'm hoping, and he was okay last season. So I mean, it kind of is what it is. Hopefully Matt Sogard gets to kind of have an opportunity to get a game in or two in. I mean, it's going to be, again, that's like at least a month and a half. So yeah, there'll be time for both those two guys to kind of work their kinks out, and hopefully one of them ends up being pretty decent and can take over the starting role for some time. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. We'll just kind of see. I mean, I'm hoping that Talbot is not more serious than it is. And and also to touch on what you had said earlier, I do believe it's upper body. I don't think there's been any specifics that have been released yet.
Yeah, I think actually, TJ said in the group chat, that's how I actually found out. I think Sogard will probably start in the AHL still because they claim the Magnus, was this Hellberg? Is that his name?
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yes. Obviously, he hasn't really shown anything at the NHL level. He's only played 5 games, but like looking at his KHL stats, he's like freaking monster. 917, 930, 927, 940, 926. Like he's put up good stats in the KHL. I don't know. I feel like the Senators have like in like the recent years where they've had like goalies come in and they've just like made them look good. Like Forsberg is an example too. He was on the waiver wire like 4 times in 2021 or something.
Yeah.
Comes to the Senators, finds a home, plays really good. I don't know. I feel like they make goalies look decent, other than Matt Murray, obviously. But I don't know. I feel like they'll give Hellberg a good shot, and he could be decent. He could be terrible, but if he is terrible, then you got Sogard, who's looked pretty decent as well.
I would say that Ottawa is probably like one of the teams that are more well equipped. I mean, if in my opinion, would you say, Mitch, that like them losing Cam Talbot, does that hurt Ottawa as much as the Leafs losing Matt Murray would hurt?
Honestly, I don't. I think it's pretty similar.
Think
honestly,
so.
I think it's.
But
pretty
who would be your
similar,
third? Who would be your third goalie then? Like Woll?
Chalgren.
Chalgren?
Yeah, he's actually looked pretty decent. He's looked good in
Yeah.
preseason. Obviously, I wouldn't say he's like fully
Yeah.
NHL ready, but
But-
he's a good third stringer to have.
My point being is that Ottawa, like even like a Matt Sogard as your third stringer, who could replace this Hellberg guy if he doesn't, play well, along with Forsberg, is Ottawa is one of the teams that probably would be more well equipped to handle a goalie going out. So I think they can keep it afloat as long as everything else gels, right? Like they're not going to keep it, like it's not going to be on Forsberg if the offense doesn't get clicking, if the players don't connect right away, right? So, we can't come into the season and if the Ottawa's, their offense isn't clicking or defense isn't clicking, whatever, can't be like, oh, Forsberg, oh, Cam Talbot, you know what I mean? You got to take into account they did have some pretty significant additions. So, but if it's all going well and Forsberg isn't cutting it, I mean, it's nice to have this Hellberg guy who maybe he just hits it out of the park, and then if not, maybe Sogard. Like, you guys got options, so it's good to see.
While we're on the Senators topic, I actually wanted to ask you about something, because I don't know how you feel about this particular player. I see Sens Nation on Twitter, the sickos. My people have like Zaitsev, they want dead, it seems like, on these Twitter. How are you feeling about Zaitsev so far?
Yeah, he's not looked great. And he hasn't really since he's been an Ottawa Senator. I mean, and he didn't look that great as a Leaf either, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, if we could get rid of that contract somehow, that would certainly be nice. Although I don't think we're in much of a cap crunch situation yet.
It's for Chychrun,
but that's what I'm saying is, you can always use that extra money though, and you never know where that can go towards. And so I'm not really sure what the play is there, but if we can get rid of his contract somehow and move him, that would be great. But I don't think anybody wants to take him. And
in my opinion, I think the only way you do that is through the Chychrun trade. Like any competitive, like somewhat competitive team, like they're not taking that, right? And I think that's why Arizona is like hunting for your good prospects, like I said, like Shane Pinto, because it's not just acquiring the great defenseman, it's also unloading the 4.5, which is like cap space is like the most valuable asset in the league right now. So I just wanted to bring it up because I saw the Sens fans going crazy about Zaitsev.
Well, just kind of touching on Zaitsev, it's crazy how stuck a contract can really make you, eh? Like,
I'm just throwing it back to when it got signed. I remember my little delusional Leafs fan ass was just trying to defend the contract. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I was trying to defend
years down the road. It's like it's biting Ottawa back.
I don't know what, like, he looked in his first year, he actually looked decent. Like he put up like the 36 points, and I was like, okay, well, this guy had success from the KHL. Like people were talking about him in like regards to like Panarin level when he was coming over from the KHL. Like, this is a good defenseman prospect. Like he's gonna make a difference on your team. I was like, oh, rookie year, puts up 36 points, but I think the biggest problem is I didn't watch that many games that year. I was just kind of looking at the stats. So they used him in like a defensive role and he just crumbled. So I think it was pretty funny to remember I was trying to defend that contract.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to kind of segue this on. We talked about Cam Talbot getting hurt. Another injury that's not as significant, but to another big time player is Taylor Hall is week to week. I believe that one was lower body. And again, it's so weird why, hockey is one of the only sports we can kind of touch on this. Like hockey is one of the sports that is the most like vague with the injury. They never tell you nothing until like weeks later into like a 6-week injury. They're like, okay, fine. He had surgery. It's like
I feel like, are they worried like people are going to like target their injury or something? Like, I don't think people do. I don't know.
That's exactly what it is. That's
I don't know why they
exactly what
do.
it is.
But it's like,
It's just not to target. It's so people don't target them. Like, specifically like a Taylor Hall's. Like if you say he has, a bad knee or something, guys will find ways to not, obviously like go knee on knee, but guys will find ways to make sure that that knee is definitely not feeling nice.
yeah, but I think that's still, it's just kind of like yes and maybe, but like football, baseball, they're like, oh yeah, this guy's got a back injury, back tightness in his fucking herniated disc. Like
Yeah.
a football player could easily just target it. It's just like, I don't know. It's more secretive. I guess just for the sense of just kind of keeping it close to the chest to not let other teams know. Maybe like Jeff said, competitive advantage. I don't know, but
Maybe it's
just,
like I was just laughing to myself. Maybe it's like a toughness thing. Like you don't want the fans to know you're out because you bruised your thumb or something.
yeah, true. At times, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure, right?
But other than that, I mean, there was some preseason action. I'm going to bring up some stats a little bit later on, but I want to get into some more like big time, like kind of more hockey news. There was kind of a test run in some of these preseason games for these new boards. Did you guys see these new boards that they have put into these arenas?
Sadly, I did.
Thoughts?
I did not. I have not seen them yet. I saw that was the thing that was going to be happening, but
I'm gonna send it to you, Jeff. But,
So
TJ, you can while I'm doing this.
So basically, it's just like they're running like ads through like the holograms, right? Like it's just playing through the camera. It's not actually at the arena, but then they're like moving ads, so it's super distracting. Like as in like a Gatorade bottle will like slam down and then like squirt and it'll say G2 and then like change, you know what I mean? So it's just like so much is going on in front of your eyes. It's kind of unpleasant to watch.
Jeff, so you can actually like form an opinion. I just sent it to your phone, but like, man, especially me, like I have like a little bit of ADHD. I was watching that and like I couldn't focus on the play whatsoever. Like it was bothering me just because it's like I hope like the animations aren't moving because obviously like if they're just still images, then it makes perfect sense. They could get more money because they could rotate it, right? They have more sponsors coming in, or like you get this period, you get this period, whatever. But like the fact that like the logos are moving, it was killing me to watch it.
Yeah, it was not good. So I personally think it's way too much, and no, like it's hockey tries to find every way to turn fans off to this game, don't they? Like
I'm looking at it right now. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, to be honest with you.
Bro.
Although I like it's like a double-edged sword because you kind of need advertising to make money. So I'm like, anything that really has to do with, I hate advertising in general, but it is a smart idea for the NHL because you guys are right. You can add
but I
more.
agree with Mitchell. Like just have more ads, but make them just still images and you can just flip those, but don't have the ads actually animate and like flash like that blue circle one that I don't know if you saw that clip.
I just saw that one. Yeah.
Like that one's
terrible. Like it
like
it distracts you from, especially because like the puck is so small on like the TV, you know what I mean? Like it's terrible. Like I actually despise it. I really hope they don't like go with that style. Cause like it'd be hard to watch sometimes. I can just imagine like fights against the boards and then Gatorade bottles are just slamming down.
No, that's facts though. Like it honestly, the guy's coming in on a 2-on-1 rush and your eyes get taken away for a second and it's like, oh, I mean, obviously, like everyone can say, like, you know, some people are like, oh, it doesn't bother you, like to each their own. But to anyone who like, you know, just gets distracted easily, yeah, it's just we don't need that. We don't need that. I get the NHL needs more money, but I think there's a way to do what you're doing and do it in a less distracting manner, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Maybe because they're trialing it, they'll realize the moving images are too much and they'll do the still images, maybe.
Well, I believe the one person who quote tweeted it was Jay Fresh Hockey, and he was like, "This is pathetic." Like he was like, "This is
disgusting."
awful." Yeah. So if enough people are saying that, they definitely will like at least make like the alteration that we're suggesting. And if they do that, then like we kind of went over, I got no problems with it. Some more kind of NHL news. Have you guys seen I saw people calling it the sleep paralysis demon Seattle Kraken mascot?
Oh yeah, that thing is what is it?
His name is Bowie, and he's a troll. And people are calling him the sleep paralysis demon.
They need to keep that secret weapon secret for like at least 6 more years. That is the worst mascot I think in the league. Like
I think they were trying to
Gritty-
go for the like gritty.
Oh, God.
No,
type.
but Gritty's ugly, but like
It's
I think
intentional.
It's different. Like he's like funny. Like I don't know. He like, but like this guy's it's just a bad mascot in my opinion.
Yeah, because
Like-
it's trying to look good and professional, and like Gritty kind of almost feels like it's like we did not try very hard. Here's our mascot, right?
Yeah.
Where this feels like we really wanted to create just a mascot to relate to the fans. And
yeah,
you
because I feel like
botched
it's something.
it.
I think it's something for like the city. I'm not exactly sure why it's a troll, but like it has nothing to do with your hockey team. I mean, I guess a lot of mascots don't, but like it just feels so out of place to me.
A
Like why is
Kraken
it-
is, I think I saw like the what some people were like defending the argument that you're making. Like I saw Kraken fans commenting like, well, actually, like it's mythological, and so is the Kraken. It's a mythological, and I'm just like, copium.
I guess like some mascots don't make sense. Like I don't even know the reason for Carlton the bear. I don't know if it's
I
just
mean,
'cause,
you're a
like,
Maple
polar
Leaf. You're
bears.
not going to have a bear. Like, I don't know. There's
Yeah.
doesn't have to have a reason as long as it's
I
a
guess just, like,
regular
Canada,
mascot.
like, I
It's
don't
just
know.
when you make it something so cringy and spooky.
What's the Sens mascot?
It's like a lion thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, it should have been like it should be the new one should be like the Sickos character.
I wish that would be awesome. That would be enough.
Like the striped shirt with like the goggles and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. And the caps is it just like a bird?
Yeah, it's
What's the
the
cap?
slap shot. He's an eagle.
Oh, right. But I mean that makes sense.
Slap shot.
like this troll, like, it's actually the worst. It quite honestly ruined my week.
Oh,
I don't know if I want to watch Kraken games anymore.
That's what I mean. Like, I honestly, I had to wake up for a 5 a.m. shift. I slept for maybe 10 minutes and then he woke me up. He was in my bed last night. So when he touched me with his fucking honking ass nose, I jumped right out of bed and I just went to work 6 hours early.
Here's some trivia for you boys.
All right.
Ready? Quick trivia. It's one question trivia. What is the only NHL team in the league to not have a mascot?
The New York Rangers.
Jeff? Throw me a guess.
The Lakers or the Lakers?
The
The
Lakers.
Kings.
No,
The
they
New
have a-
York
they have a-
Rangers. TJ
Oh.
knew. I
There you
knew
go.
TJ his second favorite team. I knew he was gonna get that.
I
right.
honestly, that was just like, that was kind of a shot in the dark, but I also thought about it just quickly in my head. I was like, which teams have mascots? And boom, 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 boom. And I was like, what the fuck would their mascot even be? Like the Statue of Liberty? No way.
I don't know if I'm just like not paying attention. But, like I don't know. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know a lot of the mascots. Like who's
Bro,
like
I
what's
do.
the wild
Bro,
mascot?
the
What's
Kings
the-
one is like, the Kings one's a lion as well. It's like a darker brown lion. Which
Oh
one? The
yeah, you're
wild?
right.
what's
The
yeah,
wilds. It's like
probably
a
bear or something.
it's a bear. Yeah, no, it's like a
Okay,
bear.
and then what about the stars?
The stars? Ooh, yikes.
It's
Oh,
kinda
isn't the
green, like, I don't know.
stars? Isn't the star? No.
I'll
Yeah,
look it
no,
up.
the stars is like this weird green thing. No, look it up. It's this weird green thing. It's not even like a thing. It's a weird green thing.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're right.
it's almost like a gritty, but it's like a weird green like alien thing.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm telling you, I got these. Like Columbus has that bee. I know
yeah,
Columbus has bee.
that guy's sick.
Yeah.
Stinger, I think his name is. Is it
Yeah,
Stinger?
yeah.
Just to put it on the record, the Dallas Stars mascot's name is Victor E. Green.
Victory Green. I love it. That's a sick name, bro.
Right?
It's
I don't know.
it's an alliteration.
This
it's
troll
beautiful.
is just not doing it for me, boys.
But yeah, no, the troll is a sleep paralysis demon that allowed me to only get 5 minutes of sleep last night. I showed up to work 7 hours early. I couldn't even sleep. I had to get away from that thing, man. He was sleeping beside me. He just wouldn't leave. Anyway, moving on now to some actual NHL preseason talk. I'm just going to give you guys some quick updates on some of our boys. All right. These are the top 5 picks of this year's draft and how they're doing so far in preseason. Uri Slavkovsky has played in 2 games. He has 0 points. He's a -1, but his last game, like whatever, against Toronto, he did put up 4 shots, but he only played 14 minutes on ice. So he really, wasn't a massive impact on his game, but he hasn't played a ton. Simon Nemec also does not have any points yet, but he did play 20 minutes in the first game and 19 in the second. So he's logging some ice time, and he blocked a couple shots as well, had a couple shots on net. So I didn't watch the games, but it looks like he's at least, logging ice time, making an impact. And then our 3rd overall pick is Logan Cooley of the Arizona Coyotes. He has not played in this preseason, and I don't think he will.
He's college right now.
Yeah. So
I think he wanted to just go and play.
But he has 4 points in 2 games with Matthew Knies, though.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So there's your update on him. And then Shane Wright has 1 assist in 3 games, but every game he's been getting more and more shots. He's won 5 face-offs for 61% in 2 of those games, and then he only won 1 face-off for 11% in the other game. I don't know how many he took, but yeah, he's only played 3 games preseason. And then our 5th overall pick was sorry, I'm absolutely drawing a blank. Anyway.
Oh wait,
he's not playing
was
either.
it Cutter Gauthier? Yeah,
Cutter Gauthier, that's who it was. He is not playing either. He is in college, so don't have an update on his preseason as of yet. But I also took the liberty to look at maybe some of the better second-year players that we have. So Matty Beniers scored in both of his games. 6 shots in the first game, only 1 in the second one, but he potted.
He's been looking fantastic too.
So there's Matty Beniers. Then we got Mason Mctavish, who only played in 1 game actually yesterday, and he played 12 minutes on ice. He barely played. They were just like, yeah, don't do too much, kid. So He had a shot. I think he threw a couple hits actually, so good to see. And then lastly is Owen Power. He has no points yet, but he logged 22 minutes on ice and 20 minutes on ice. And he had 3 blocked shots in 1 game, 2 blocked shots in the other, and 4 shots on goal his last game. So all these second year players are looking better.
Touching on like what we were talking about with preseason last episode, don't you think that that's way too much? Like 22 minutes for this guy? Like, I know you're trying to win games, but like I think it just brings it back. Like, why are we putting this much stress on your?
But I think it's also like this guy didn't play in the NHL. Like, can we put this guy on our first line? Because they're Buffalo. They're like, we want you playing with Darlene. Like, so can you do that right away?
Yeah, I think they just want to give him the experience.
I don't think putting him top tier right away is a quite good idea, though.
No, I don't know if they actually will, but I'm just saying, like, they want to see what he's capable of in a preseason setting versus throwing him out to the wolves in the regular season, I would assume.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong that is a lot of ice time in a meaningless preseason game that could potentially cause injury. But I guess it's just it's a risk that some teams are taking, and some teams are kind of feeling the consequences because we got some pretty banged up teams in some respects.
Robertson just draws a penalty, guys. Good shit.
Let's go. So yeah, I mean, the last thing that I wanted to touch on was Kuzmenko of Vancouver.
Ooh,
he's got 2 goals and 2 assists in 2 games so far, and I just saw this scrolling through Twitter. Like, Vancouver's Twitter is gassed up right now about Kuzmenko. So I don't know if you guys have seen anything about him, but
the next Panarin question mark?
That's what I'm saying. He looks pretty hot, like right away. Like, I don't know about Panarin, but he looks like he's going to be a guy for that team, which coming into the season, like I remember we talked about him, but I feel like we kind of talked about him as like more so a depth piece, but maybe this guy is like a part of their like top 6, like making an impact.
Next
I
Panarin
know.
or next Zaitsev?
I know in Russia, yeah, he was coming out of Russia the past year. He was definitely really highly touted. I don't know exactly how many teams were interested in him, but there was quite a few, like at least half the league, if not most of the league, had some sort of inquiry about, what his move was going to be this season. So, yeah, I mean, good for him, and hopefully he continues to produce. Because I mean, yeah, Vancouver certainly could use the help, right? So,
Yeah, especially with their injuries. So it's good that he's playing well.
yeah.
Well, boys, I took the liberty to
Okay.
test your knowledge today. So we're going to end this podcast really quickly with 2 trivia questions for each of you. And they're just kind of they're honestly, like, to me, they're layups. They should be layups. So we'll see. I gave you a nice topic. Your favorite team. That is the topic for today. All right. So
Okay.
which one of you wants to start off?
I'll do it.
All right, Mitchell, your question is, who is the all-time Toronto Maple Leafs games played leader? Who's played the most games for your franchise in the entire history of it?
It's bad because I don't know this, so I'm kind of just throwing up a guess. Is it Matt Sundin?
It is, my friend.
There it is.
So
That was a good guess.
you secured the dub.
I didn't know.
He did leave for 1 year at the end of his career, but he was there for so long, and he is indeed the Maple Leafs all-time games played leader. So Jeffrey,
Yes.
we're moving on to you.
Okay.
Same question, buddy. Who is the Senators' all-time games played leader?
I want to say Daniel Alfredson.
And guess what? You would be right if Daniel Alfredson played one more game.
Oh,
However,
God.
he played one less game than Chris Phillips.
Oh, how
Chris
could I
Phillips.
forget?
Oh my
Chris
God.
Chris Phillips played 1,179 games. Daniel Alfredson played 1,178 games.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
So that's kind of why this stat was chosen for the trivia question. I saw that and I was like, that is such a meme. I have to ask the trivia question. So it was a little trick question, Jeff. You had a good answer. You were right there, but if only Danny could have stuck around for maybe one more year, buddy.
Went to Detroit.
Yep. So Jeff, now I'm going to give it to you for this final question. Let's see if you can redeem yourself and go 1 for 2.
Okay.
It's another obscure one. Like, I don't want to go too easy on you boys. Who's the all-time penalty minutes leader for the Ottawa Senators? And I will tell you that it is not even close. It's not even close.
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
I have a guess.
I have a guess already. I'll give you my guess.
We probably have the same guess.
I'm just trying to think if okay, I'll lock in this answer. I'm comfortable giving this one. Even if it's not him, definitely comfortable with this reply anyways. I'm going to go with Senators legend Chris Neil.
He got it, baby.
Let's go.
Has to be.
Chris Neil had 2,522 penalty minutes. Second in Senators history is Chris Phillips with 756.
Bro, he's got like 1,200 penalty minutes more than
wiped him, bro.
That is nuts.
Crazy.
I thought you were gonna ask me about the Leafs. Yeah, is this coming next?
Same question. Can you do it? Leafs penalty minutes leader. And I'll give you another, like, this is like, you got this. Don't think too much.
Okay, well, I have 2 people in mind. I have 2 people in mind, though. But I think I'm going to go with... watch them both be wrong. Because I was going to say Colton Orr, but he didn't play that much.
I was thinking that was one of the names I had.
You got to tell me when you lock
Darcy Tucker? I'll lock in Darcy Tucker. Am I tripping?
Oh, there's somebody else I was thinking about.
I think Jeff might know.
I think
it.
I'm
You
pulling-
can you
Okay,
can phone
can
a
I-
friend.
Jeff, I'm gonna phone you here. This is embarrassing as a Leafs fan.
This is gonna be even more embarrassing if I don't get this. I've got all this pressure on me.
Not
Oh God.
really, bro. You're a Sens
Um,
fan.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. Okay. My guess was Ty Domi.
Oh my God.
Ding
no
ding
way.
ding ding ding.
Let's
No,
go.
how did I miss Ty Domi?
Mitchell
How did I
just
actually miss?
took the L. Ty
No.
Domi
Wow.
had 2,265. So he had less than he had I think 20 less than Chris
Okay.
Neal. Yeah.
This is gonna make me look either better or terrible. Can you tell me how many Darcy Tucker had? Why didn't I get?
That was
Bro,
a good. That was a good one though. That
No,
was
but
one of the names.
I didn't even, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna ask oh yeah, he was my third. He completely slipped my mind. I did not think about Ty Domi for whatever reason.
I don't
know how I missed
I
that.
hate to make you feel bad, buddy, but I
Oh,
only
okay. No,
screenshotted the top 15 and Darcy Tucker
Oh.
not in the top 15.
Oh my God! Really?
Well, a lot of these guys
Is Cold Nor there?
a lot of these guys are guys who played so long ago. So
Yeah.
Tiger Williams is number 2, and
Yo, I had
Joe
him.
Clark is number
I was
3,
thinking
and
about
Tim
Williams.
Horton is 4.
I'm
So,
embarrassed.
but
I don't
yeah,
wanna be here
so
anymore.
I mean, that was just my kind of quick trivia. I just thought of 2 more obscure questions, but I wanted to do it about your teams to see if you guys might know it. You both went 1 for 2, but next week we'll come back and I know you guys will do better. You guys deserve the dub there. You really did. I think Mitchell he fumbled the victory against Jeff, but
fumbled.
maybe I'll come with a more comprehensive quiz because I really want to redeem myself of being the only one to lose like a Bobby Margarita bet. We got to get another bet going between these two. Maybe we'll do it over a quiz. Maybe we'll do it over another game during the regular season. But anyway, do you guys have any closing thoughts and we can end this podcast?
Matt Murray for Vezina, boys. That's all I have to say.
Shout out to the Owen Sound Attack, 2-0 to start the season. Great performances so far. Loving the team. Love the energy. Everyone's flying. Colby Barlow, youngest captain in team history. So yeah.
I mean, all I really got to say is go Caps, Leafs, Ducks, and Rangers. This has been the Off the Post NHL podcast. I'm TJ. That's Jeff. That's Meech. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. You can check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. Share it with a friend, and we'll see you next time.